Welcome to Basically Us. This is the show where two friends met online, mentored, and decided to make a podcast. Together they will share good conversations and lively debates on current topics, or they might just faff about. And don't worry, they won't mind their P's and Q's. Ladies and gents, Brady and Benski.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to 2025 Season 2 Basically Us podcast. We are so glad you guys are here. Of course, as always, I am here with my best friend in the world, Benski. Benski, welcome to 2025. And by the way, real quick, happy birthday, man.
Hey, thank you so much. Happy 2025. So glad I was able to see you next year.
The worst.
Thank you for the birthday wishes, though. Yeah, we actually, by the time we're recording this, I just got back from my birthday trip, which we can get into later, but a lot of fun. Long story short, though, Vegas, I won $700. So, my streak continues of never going to Vegas and losing money. So...
That's a good start to 2025 because
it's a fantastic start.
Yeah, that is a really good one. Like 2025 is not starting off super hot when it comes to world events,
or too hot for some places.
Oh, that was a bad. I see what you did there. Yikes! Okay, so that you're right. Let's talk about it.
I'm so sorry for everyone who's lost their homes. I didn't mean to make a joke like that, but it came in. I did it. I said it. Whatever.
We don't apologize on this podcast. Don't let him do it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, but so let's talk about the fires though. LA fires, man. That is wild, dude.
Yeah. I think what's crazy is I didn't realize it was happening till like the second or third day that they'd been going on. I missed it somehow. And then all of a sudden I saw it and it's insane. I didn't realize there were. What did I see? There was they arrested 3 people now who are actively starting more fires. Like, did you see all that, John?
Yeah, that is crazy. Like that's wild to me that like you would take a natural disaster, but it made me start to believe, is it even a natural disaster at that point? Or have these fires been started by people that were trying to start fires in the area? Because I mean, they just had the Camarillo fire. I mean, a couple months ago, right? Like I called you from there. So I called you from like driving past those fires. So yeah, it's wild. And it seems to be all that same little area, that north of LA area.
Yeah, well, and I was listening to another report where it was talking about how like California used to have a fire season, right? They could count on when fires would happen, but the last 2 years have kind of dictated that there is no longer a fire season in California. It's just fire season like all year round. That's how often they happen, which is just wild.
Yeah, it's dry. I mean, but it's crazy though, because I spend so much time out there and I use PCH. So like when the 5 and the 101 are all like backed up, I take PCH into like to get to LAX or whatever. And, or even Disney, sometimes I'll take PCH because it's a beautiful morning drive, and it's going to be crazy to drive through like Malibu and not see those homes. And it's definitely going to be eye opening. I mean, coming from Colorado or Utah, we know our fair share of fires and devastation from fires, right? Like I've woke up and had my Jeep covered in ash and I accidentally left the top down and my entire Jeep looked like it snowed in it. But I've never lost a home to a fire. So, for everybody who lost their homes, it's crazy. But you know what the crazy thing is to me on that whole thing though? And this is just social media in a whole, is the absolute amount of disgusting people when it comes to like comments and videos. I mean, like, because these are like higher end homes and like the Palisades and Malibu and stuff like that, people are just like so unsympathetic to it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Have you seen those things? I mean, like, it's
yeah, no, honestly, like, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with the disgust, and it's just, I don't understand it. I don't understand when people in their heads deem other people as not being people anymore. I hope that tracked as a thought process. But like, it's just like, I look at people who treat homeless people poorly and I'm like, you're a shitty person. But I also look at that from the opposite way, where it's like, if you're treating people, I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a celebrity. I don't care if they're a millionaire. If they lose their home, they still lose their home, and like, that's a huge deal. Like, sure, you can buy a new one, and some of these celebrities and rich people can just go buy a new home, but what they can't buy are any of the memories that they lost. They can't buy any of the family heirlooms that they lost. You can't buy those things back, and that's something that everybody should be able to relate to. And I don't understand why that's not like a relatable thing for people. And it's just really, really frustrating for me to see it, because wasn't that one of the guys who started the fire was actively trying to start it on Celebrity Row or whatever. Like, he was trying to burn down their houses, was one of the reports I had heard. I don't know how accurate that was. I didn't look too much into it. But the hard part is, even if, like, again, I don't remember the report enough to know for a fact. So if somebody knows, put it in the comments below. But I think that was it. And the hard part is that I believe it. I believe that somebody was that disgusting to have done that, because of the world we live in right now and the heightened tension between the class war that seems to be kind of brewing or happening, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, it's crazy though. I mean, like, the thing is, I think a lot of people forget that it's not just these like 1% celebrities that are living in the Palisades. There's people that like bought in those areas in Malibu and the Palisades long ago, before those houses were like as ridiculously expensive as they are now. Right. So there's people there's like 70, 80, 90-year-old people living in these homes that they've had those homes paid off for years, and that's how they're able to live there. And I don't know, it was just sad to me. And like, I definitely had to resist my typical being of like not responding back to every single one of these people that were like terrible to people for losing their homes, man. Yeah. Because I get that, like, hey, if you like, it's kind of like one of those people like that buy a Ferrari, right? And they're like, oh, I bought this Ferrari, and somebody scratches it, and they're like, they lose their mind over it, right? Don't get me wrong. My first mindset goes to, well, if you buy a Ferrari, you should be able to afford to fix the scratch.
Sure.
Right. It shouldn't be a world ender. Like, you should never be buying something that is that crazy world ender. Right. But at the same time, I mean, it's a house, dude. I bought within my means, and I can tell you right now, if I lost my house, like, it would be devastating. I mean, absolutely devastating. Especially in California, where you can't. It's not like you can replace your home anytime soon. I mean, like, the regulation is wild there. Like, absolutely crazy. You're not going to be able to replace your home for years.
No, well, you're not, and it's not going to be the same, right? They have so many regulations right now. Like, new homes is the project out of California, where, like, this is a weird thing, but like, if you wanted your house to look the same, it's not going to, because new homes is in California, and you're going to get solar automatically put on your house when it's built. So like, it's already going to look different than what it's used to, and like, just all these things that California does that you're never going to get that back, and that's really sad for some people, and I get it. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, I have a soft spot for my childhood home. I literally probably like at least once every 6 months look if my childhood home is for sale still, because like I want to go buy it, because I have memories there, I have thoughts there, and so like, a home isn't just a thing, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Well, speaking about homes, so you and I are potentially about to lose our social media home, like where you and I met, dude. You and I met. We're about to lose it.
Yeah. I have so many thoughts. So we both have another friend, JC, who we talk to sometimes, and he texted me because we were in a mutual like chat room together, and he had mentioned something about it, and about the TikTok ban, and I like started to type, and I was like, no, I'm good. And then he literally called me out like 2 seconds later. Like, he texted me and was like, no, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, you're definitely not getting away with that with JC. Like,
for sure.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. So I'll give you my little spiel. I want to hear your thoughts about my spiel. And it's actually interesting because it's tied into the California like fires thing a little bit. So obviously the government has a lot of reasons why they want to shut down TikTok. Their main concern used to be the data breaches and like the national security risk. And the more you've listened to their arguments, especially the ones that happened on, I think it was like the 12th, the 11th or 12th, maybe it was the 10th. Anyways, sometime earlier this week, they really actually kind of shifted about how they were really worried about how easily they feel like since they don't own the algorithm and a foreign adversary owns the algorithm, how easy it would be to manipulate the masses into, some people went as far as saying to create spies, but they just were talking about in general, like how easy it would be for them to manipulate an uprising. And I'll be honest, I actually started thinking about that. And I was like, are they actually off their rocker? And the reason I feel that way, like the reason I'm starting to think about it more and more, I'm realizing maybe the TikTok ban was our collective fault as TikTok users. Because think about everything that happened with Luigi, right? When Luigi took that man's life, that CEO's life, I don't know if your TikTok feed was the same as mine, but mine was just every other video where either people reposting Luigi's like bullet manifesto thing, whatever I can't remember what the phrase was. They were like literally putting a hashtag there, putting it in videos. People in our 3D printing community were doing this, and other people saying how they were glad it happened, cheering him on, creating a hero out of, for lack of a better word, a murderer. And the government saw that, and they saw that TikTok was perpetuating this call to violence, and people were all about it. People were agreeing with it. And then we have the California wildfires, where people are calling for rejoiceness of the elite losing their power. And while I think it's wrong, and I think what's actually happening is the elite government is getting scared, this is the classic case of there are going to be consequences to your actions. You have the freedom of speech. I don't know when freedom of speech became the excuse to be an asshole to people, but like it's become that. You have the freedom of speech, but like if you call my wife something in public, I'm going to punch you in the face. You don't have the freedom away from my consequences. And that's where I think people have taken that freedom of speech to this point where it's like, hey, we have the freedom of speech. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean we don't have consequences from those things. And
No,
now
but
that
it's
the
true. But
consequences are
here's the
rearing
thing,
their
though.
heads.
But hold on,
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
No,
So
go ahead.
we're talking about freedom of speech, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I hate this debate when it comes to TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I hate the freedom of speech part of the whole TikTok thing is the fact that TikTok is a privately owned company, right? Like there is no freedom of speech on a platform, right? So like there isn't, and I'm not saying that that's the argument, but like, but it's not like somebody's just like going out in the streets and saying this stuff. They're saying it on a platform. And so that's the thing for me is that like, and I know that doesn't have a lot to do with what you were saying, but it's just one of those things that's been bugging me about people going, they're restricting our freedom of speech. I'm like, no, they're not. They're stopping a foreign company, but they're not stopping your freedom of speech. You can write a letter to whoever you want, player, or you can go out and do whatever you want. I mean, like as far as that's concerned, say whatever you want. Now, don't get me wrong, you and I definitely are on the same boat when it comes to your freedom of speech, but also get prepared to deal with what you say, right? Like 100%.
And that's where I'm saying, like, that's where I feel like, if you look at how TikTok was starting to become the last year, it was becoming in some corners of TikTok a dangerous place. It really was. I mean, again, like I know there's going to be so many people. This might be one of those episodes where people are just going to be in the comments so much. But like, I was personally sickened by the celebration of Luigi. Like,
it's gross.
This will be the most controversial thing I'm going to say, maybe in a long time. The last person who convinced a nation that a group of people were no longer people was 1940s, in the 1940s.
Ooh,
I don't
that was a hot
care.
take. That's a good one, though.
It's a super hot take, but it's how I feel. Good, because everyone wants to look at this and say the elites aren't people, the rich aren't people, CEOs aren't people. The last time the world saw everyone unite in saying a group of people aren't people, some really horrible things happened. And let's just zoom out for a little bit about the United States. Minimum wage earners in the United States are still within the top 5% of world earners in the entire world. You're part of the elite of the world, which means you could, like, it's just, people need to just focus on themselves. And I don't know why we stopped focusing on ourselves, making ourselves better, like work together, like but instead it became this huge blow up thing. And you're really good about pointing this out in social media, but it became this huge, like, professional victimization of themselves. And it's really hard. I mean, I shared with you in our group chat, like, you got not called out, but like you had a shout out in a video on YouTube just randomly. But the person that was talking about you was like, this is a good way to do this. And you were calling them a professional victim. And they're like, this is a kind way to do this, and it's because anybody.
Hold on. What? How do I not know this?
I sent it in the group chat. Yeah. Well, no, it was on YouTube. It was somebody who went down the rabbit hole of the Olivia thing with 3D printing.
Yeah.
They had gone down that rabbit hole, and then they were like, but here's somebody I found who actually was really nice and had a good like thing to say about Olivia, and it was your video about like being a professional victim and all that. Huh. But like, she was like, I agree with him. She's like, he lost the plot in the middle. And I was like, I even commented, and I was like, he was talking about people copying her sardines. That's why he went on the IP thing. And she was like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. And I was like, okay, cool. But, wow. It was just funny. But that's the thing is, like, I think it's okay to look at people and say, hey, you're victimizing yourself. And the reason that's important to call out is because it's like, I want to help you grow. And I want you to understand that, like, there are things that happen to people and there are things that don't happen to people. Look, I am a brown. This will be the first time I say this. I'm a brown record holder, if you guys know what I mean, legally speaking, male. If you don't think that I haven't had every card dealt against me in a lot of situations, you are dead wrong. But the last thing I've ever done is let any of that control how I live my life. I could blame everyone for why my life sucks whenever it sucks. But I decide that I'm going to be in control of my life. I'm going to decide that even at the bounds of literal oppression that I have felt, I've realized there's still a way out. And I hope that other people, whether it's trauma, whether it's actual oppression, whatever it is, can hear me and say, hey, there's a way out. And it does revolve around choices. It's going to suck. It's going to be the worst thing you're going to go through. You're going to hate everything about it, but I promise you there's a way out. And I wish we could look at the TikTok ban as not what the government's doing to us, but like what did we do, and then what can we do further? I think something like our friend Pretzel brought up the other day was what a wonderful thing. She's like, hey, this could go away, but you know what we should do? We should meet each other in local spaces and still be a community, And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. This is not letting the circumstance control the outcome of what you're feeling right now. And I was like, oh man, I love that she was doing that. And there's some other people that are doing it, but then there's other people that are just bitching about it.
I was really a little worried about that one. Shauna, yeah, I was a little bit worried when she did that. I thought that those comments, because of TikTok, typically goes this way. I thought those comments were going to go in a creepy way. So like I was watching the comments of like, I was watching the comments going, okay, let somebody do it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to fry them. I am going to absolutely fry him. I was like, if this app's going away either way, she's a really good friend of ours. I'm telling you right now, I will burn it down with it, and I am going to just make them look like the worst person. I was waiting.
I have a question. I know we were just really serious, and this is kind of maybe really funny. If TikTok's going away 100%, let's just say on the 19th, like we know 100% it's going away, never coming back. Is there anybody is there anybody you want to burn right before it goes away? Is there like an account you've been watching where it's like, if this goes away, I'm going to burn this person so bad? Because I have one too.
Oh, yeah. That's the one that I bitch about all the time. Wait? No, we should wait. What, like, actually, I'm just glad
we both.
Hold on.
I'm glad we both have one.
Okay, hold on. Oz, can you bleep this out and post? And we wait till after the 19th to post this.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Here we go.
Okay,
then
cool. All right, you'll say yours, I'll say mine. Actually, you'll be surprised by mine.
Okay, if it's me, you motherfucker, I swear to God, we have so many more episodes of this to deal with, right? So, No, okay. So
who are you burning?
Mine is, and I swear to God, I'm going to do like a 15-minute video of just like how big of a piece of shit they are. And like, I am just going to
That's hilarious.
the whiny, self-entitled bullshit that they do all the time. And the victimhood, I can't wait. I cannot wait. If it's going to burn
so
down,
funny.
I'm going to just make it, and it's going to be out there for 15 minutes. I'm going to let everybody know. Like, and it's going to be right before TikTok gets banned. Oh, dude, I can't wait.
That's hilarious.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to watch this where it's like bleeped and then we release the unedited version after TikTok gets unbanned. You know what we should do? What if we made a Patreon of unedited? Okay, I just had a thought. Anyways, let's think about that later.
Do that one though.
I don't know. It'd be kind of fun.
What if they're like currently right now wearing a Basically Us podcast shirt? You know,
could you imagine? Well, my person's not. My person I'm going after because I have hated how much rippling effect they've had in a bad way, and they're looked at as a hero. I'm going after.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. I found out how many people have harmed themselves because of him, and he doesn't apologize. He has openly said they deserved it.
Wow.
And the latest one was like, this is funny because the latest one had to do with the whole Philadelphia Eagles incident. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I saw it
at the game with he was like, and the guy knew he couldn't swing because all the Philly fans would dogpile on him because that's who Philly fans are. It's like, you realize he was escorted out by Philly fans. The Eagles themselves gave her like a bunch of stuff. That guy's banned for life there. Like, the Eagles fans didn't tolerate that either. But he was just like,
but Benski, let's not hide the fact that Philly fans have kind of made a name for themselves in football, bro.
They have always made the name for themselves against themselves.
Sure.
Do you know how many incidences they have had against other fans? Not very many. They actually don't. Like, I think the Chiefs have exceptionally more.
Well, Raiders probably have the most, right? Raiders have the most.
I think Raiders are number 2. I think it was ironically it was the Rams when they were in St. Louis had the most.
I could definitely.
The Rams in St. Louis had the most. Yeah, but that's the thing. We've had internal struggles. Trust me. I throw snowballs at Santa Claus also, but like, that's tradition at this point. But anyways, I would go after him because I just think he's looked at as a hero that he's not. That's all. That's exactly where I'm at.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. I love Philadelphia, except for their airport. Their airport is terrible, by the way. And
sucks so bad.
It's the worst. Like, I thought
it's so old.
I thought that Phoenix, Arizona had the worst airport, right? And that's including like Newark and like LaGuardia and like even DIA.
Wait, have you been to Detroit's?
Yeah, of course. I love Detroit's airport. Love it.
Ooh, I don't.
Love it. See, you're going to have a hard time getting me to say anything bad about Detroit because I just love Detroit across the board. So, yeah.
All right.
I love Detroit. But Detroit's airport's great. I think it's way better. Like, I think that Philly's airport's probably the worst I've ever been into. And then second would be LAX. Like, LAX is horrible.
LAX is bad.
Well, LAX just takes 45 minutes. Anyways, okay. So off to the races now. What is your 2025? Like, what did you do any of those New Year's resolution things? Do you got things coming up in 2025?
Yeah.
What's up?
I do like New Year's resolutions. I don't care how gimmicky they are. I like them because I like to try to take them seriously. My health is pretty much almost at the top of that list. I really want to lose weight this year, like a lot. I really want to get back into shape. I'm getting really sick of walking up the stairs and being out of breath. Like, it's a real thing. And it's embarrassing. That's on my personal side, business side. So we're really trying to launch everything.
Stop. Let's go back to the weight loss. Like, what's your target? So currently
I'm at like 280. Down from like 320. Hey, I was at 320. So, big. If I worked in a pharmacy, I would be big pharma.
Jeez. Gotta walk that. Like, did you grease your hallways at 320? Good Lord. Come on,
dude.
now.
It was pretty bad. Dude, it was
I wasn't
bad. It
fat
was just
shaming anybody.
real
Sorry,
bad.
we're buddies.
No, you can fat shame me. I don't give a shit. No, it was pretty bad. I mean, I literally when I was on my honeymoon in Disney, I was 320 and I had to rent an electric scooter. Yeah. And
Were there
it was
rides you
embarrassing.
couldn't get on at 320?
No, not at Disney. At Universal, I could only ride like 4 rides.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was also part of the honestly little backstory, little serious note. This is also kind of why I want to take this seriously. I love Tron. Tron Legacy is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like it seriously is. It like warms my heart. I love it that much. So when we went to go ride the Tron ride, obviously I'm like ecstatic. I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to get on the motorcycle, and I get in the seat and I do the tester thing and I don't fit. And I was trying. I didn't fit, and they put me in the like handicap like seat one, and they're like, okay, you fit in this one, and we're sitting there and. Have you done Tron?
Oh, of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so you get in finally, and it's really dark, and you just see the Tron cycles. And I'm there with my wife, and I honestly just started crying. I started crying because this was something that I loved. Like I love Tron. I'm getting emotional right now. I love Tron, and it was the most kid part of me that wanted to ride a light cycle, and I couldn't because I was too overweight. And I am the kind of person who knows that I'm overweight because of my choices. I'm not overweight because of thyroid issues. I'm not overweight because of all this other bullshit. I'm overweight because I fucking graze all day. I don't work out as much as I used to at all anymore. I know why I'm overweight. And it all came crashing down to realize that I wasn't able to do something that I loved, that I was dreaming about because of my choices that I made. And so that was where I started my first weight loss journey, where I lost a bunch. I lost that weight from 320 to 280 over last year.
Real quick, you didn't miss much,
yeah.
and your testicles and penis are thanking you that you didn't ride that ride.
They're also thanking me because I can see them now. So
that's a good thing too. I swear to God, I would be like emaciated if that whole thing of like every 10 pounds you lose, you gain like a half an inch. I would be like skin and bones, but it's not true, right? Like after you lose a certain amount of weight and you can see it again, like that's it. It doesn't get any bigger.
I will tell you though, it's kind of nice to go from 2 to 3, It's pretty dope.
So here's the thing for me is like when I lost all the weight, right? When I lost 65 pounds, right? 65, something like that. I lost 65 pounds. My biggest win was not having to hold my breath when I tied my shoes.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that.
I was like,
right now I wear Kizik, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, well,
I ended up switching if you want to sponsor us.
I switched to Hey Dudes at that point because I'm like, I can just slip these on or Crocs, right? But anyways, anyways, what I was going to say though is that ride, so Tron, quite possibly one of the most uncomfortable rides of all time. Well, speak for guys, right? Like it is quite possibly one of the most uncomfortable rides ever, besides possibly Gringotts at Universal. Because one time I was like in a
which
rush
I also couldn't do.
Okay, so when you do
Gringotts.
that one,
I could do Gringotts. I could do Gringotts.
This is one of the big,
I couldn't do the other Harry Potter.
But you gotta make sure you tuck yourself in, right? Because if you don't, like people don't know this, but the seat kind of does one of these numbers and comes to a point on the front, right? And that's like where your pelvic area sits behind, and then the lap bar comes down and like literally sits flush with it. So I was in a rush, right? I was getting Kaya on and everything else like that, and I slammed that lap bar down, dude, and caught myself in the lap bar. But the worst part about it is, right? So the worst part about catching myself into the lap bar is that like they don't release it, and the ride just like I was the last person to click my bar, so it was gone. So the entire time I don't remember anything about the ride except for just seeing stars of like my life passing away in front of me, and then the rest of the day I had a limp. So the rest of the day I had a limp, and I refused. My family right now, like that, are probably hearing me talk about this, or will hear the podcast at some point, or when you snip this damn thing. Have no idea why I was limping. I blamed it on a knee. I'm like, oh, old war injury. It's a knee, right? But like literally it's because I squashed myself in the stupid fucking ride and it would not stop, right? I was just
it's like you're on remake.
Like, no. And everybody thinks I'm having like a great time and I'm going, no, I'm stuck. So as soon as that came up, it was like, anyway, so short of story. I didn't mean to like make fun, but Golly, you didn't miss anything. That's all I'm saying.
Brady remixed the color purple with Universal,
Good
right?
Lord, dude, like my face, I probably looked like Anger from like Pixar, like
Bro,
that emotional
that's
one.
so funny.
Right? Oh
Yeah.
God, it was so bad. Okay,
But,
so anyways,
yeah.
so 280.
So health, yeah,
Target.
and health's a big health's. Well, no, 280 is where I'm at now.
I know. So Target from 280.
Target is going. So Target by the end of the year is going to be 240, 230.
That's a big
230,
goal.
240. Yeah.
Big ass goal.
My prime in high school, like athletic prime and everything, was like 215. Like I've always been a big guy. And so I'm not trying to get back down to that. Like I'm 34 now. Like I'm not doing that.
You're still young,
but like
young Padawan.
220, 230 sounds good. That sounds healthy. Because here's the other flip side of it, right? I have a family now. I want to be around for my family. The other thing is, like we've mentioned previously before, Liz's first husband passed away in a car accident. He was a bigger guy as well, and they do suppose that there was a higher chance of him living in that car accident if he wasn't so big. And so that's kind of another factor. Like there's a lot of health risks around being bigger, other than just like heart disease, all this other crap. Like there's a lot of other things that people don't think about, stuff that I didn't think about until I've learned more stuff about it. So that's definitely like top of the list. I still will, especially because I love, who's that guy on TikTok who reviews, like he's like, I love artificial sweeteners, whatever. Yeah, or no, the other guy, but Liam.
Oh yeah,
he's with
I love
that.
Liam too.
Liam, I will never stop drinking my zero sodas ever.
Nope, you ain't getting me away from that, bro.
Yeah, no, get out of here.
Yeah.
But so that's number one in terms of health. Like I was saying before, we're really putting a lot of time, effort, and money into the business side, the Benski build side of everything, with the 3D printing stuff, with the markets and shows. And I just made a connection finally with the original storyboard artist for Lilo and Stitch. He lives out here. Met him. And he's going to get with me, and I might be making props for a bunch of Sundance movies here shortly, which I'm really excited about. So that's a big, big focus. And then, I think like we mentioned kind of earlier, this was in the green room, I guess. Big focus is going to be focusing on my family. I really want to spend more time with my family. I really want, and it's funny, it's ironic because today was a really not family day. It was like I came home, got work done, came and did this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like I really do want to focus more on my family, quality time, like doing stuff with them. My son and daughter are finally at the age where we can go do things and build actual memories versus like, are they going to remember this? Like, no, this is going to be a building stage. So like we're booking out shows basically every weekend from now to the end of the year. But my wife was like, hey, do we want to go camping once a month? And it's like, yes, you know what? We're going to block out a weekend. I know. We know.
Hang out with mosquitoes and shit. Gross,
but we love camping. We're going to build memories. And my son's going to hate it and go, I'm going to go to Uncle Brady's because he doesn't go camping.
That's right. And I'll set him up with all the tech. I'll put him right down here in the movie theater, bro.
He'll be like, Uncle Brady's the best.
Be like this. Hey, dude. Hey, you know what? We can't go to a theme park, but I can put you in a box and we can ride first person view in the movie theater. Let's roll. We're not going to be out in stinking nature with your dad. Let's play some Marvel Rivals, bro.
He would lose his shit. He would love that. I think that's I'm sure there's a ton more stuff. A lot of stuff shaking up at my job in a good way for me. I'm finally at the part where it's going to start shaping up well for me, kind of like how you were going through last year. I think I'm in that stage where you were at, where it's like, okay, here's the really rough, then we're going to get some really good. But we'll see, because also if my business takes off this year, then I'm leaving anyways. So, we'll see. But, and I guess social media wise, especially because of TikTok, but I think the other thing I personally appreciate about the TikTok ban is that it has forced me to do the thing that I've said I was going to do for over a year, which is start my YouTube channel. And I've successfully been starting it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Yeah, I've been doing I've been just doing videos, which is really fun. And I'm almost at like 400 subscribers, which is like really like crazy. Cause it's happened in the last like 3 weeks. So that'll be a big focus because I want to do more vlogging. I really like the vlogging aspect. I like the 3D aspect, but I like that I'm doing the same thing I'm doing on TikTok. I'm not staying in one lane. It'll be like a primary lane, which is probably 3D printing, but it's like the last thing I did with, I don't know if you guys saw my Outpost X video about the Star Wars experience that you could have seen, which, oh God, that place fucking sucked. Anyways, I want to do a lot of that stuff. Anyways, so yeah, that's me. What about you? What's your 2025 look like?
Bitch, don't even pretend like you're gonna get out of this right now. Okay, so let's talk about something that I have been preaching from the mountaintop about for I don't know how long, since the launch of the damn thing. We
tried pegging. It's fine. It was good. No, it was a great thing.
Hey, we didn't make eye contact, so I got $20 out of it too.
He's saying it was you and me.
Yeah, it's fine. Little do people know we met up. Dangerous liaisons. Playful secrets.
Exit 54. I'll never forget it.
Oh, God. Grand Junction, Colorado. Thank you very much for hosting this.
You know the one.
No. Okay, I have been preaching this from the fucking mountaintop that everybody that wants to do social media needs to get an Osmo Pocket 3. I've talked about it on the podcast. I've talked about it on social media. I have texted you, right? I have I'm sure Oz is sick of hearing about this, right? Like, I'm positive that he's tired of hearing about the DJI. So I want to say this real quick. DJI, because I get accused of saying DJI all the time. DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And you got one. So I need to hear right now that you say, damn, Brady, you were right as hell. This thing is magic in a box, and it was perfect.
Brady.
And I'm sorry that I waited this long.
Brady, you should have tried harder. That's it. You should have tried harder. Because this is perfect. It's your fault that I didn't get this sooner because you weren't trying hard enough. That's where we're at. So,
Rich, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you
it's incredible.
How many times I'm like, dude, just go get one. Stop buying 3D printers for 1 second and go get one. Right? Come on.
It is. No, it's changed. Anybody who's listening or watching this right now, if you are thinking about doing content creating, 100%. Well, I mean, I did win the contest of influencing people to click on our link. But anyways, I won't talk about that. But for real, as a testament to everything Brady's ever said, if you guys are content creators, you want to be content creators, they're literally, I usually am not the kind of person who says buy everything first and then make stuff. No, buy the Osmo Pocket 3 and everything else will fall into place. It has made making content inexcusable at this point. I could have made excuses why when I was using my phone, why I wasn't making content. I could have no, dude, the Osmo Pocket 3 has made content creating inexcusable. Make it, shoot it, film it, upload it. It is,
dude, the app is so
magical.
Fast.
I don't even touch the app. Dude, it is amazing that I can just do this. I can plug it into my MacBook, unload everything literally almost instantly. I do everything in CapCut, and I love that I can just plug it in and just come straight from the Pocket 3 into CapCut right away. I mean, it is unreal. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if it was the Osmo. I don't know if it was my content, but it's my first 3 or 4 videos with the Osmo Pocket 3 in 2025. I think they all have over 20K views. It was insane.
Motherfucker, don't fool yourself. It wasn't your content. You know that. It was the Pocket 3.
I know. It was the Osmo.
It was definitely the Osmo Pocket 3.
It was and this mic, everything about it. Everything about it is great. And also, shout out to Brady. He gave me some awesome presents for it. I actually don't have any of them right with me, but some of these presents have been the coolest thing ever. The is it Ulanzi? Is that how you say it? Ulanzi.
Yeah.
Wait, Cage is
hold on. Oz is trying to tell us as he's doing the most European fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. As he's recording the podcast, he's pouring himself a glass of Guinness, by the way, and doing it right.
Love it.
Yeah, no shit. So
I didn't know Oz was a Guinness man. I actually bought my Guinness.
Come on, are you
so
serious,
much
bro?
a Guinness man.
All right, so Oz, tell us what you were trying to say. What is
Ulanzi.
You're positive.
Ulanzi.
I'm positive. Ulanzi.
Do I have to say it with the British accent?
No.
Ulanzi.
With the Grey Poupon. Blah, blah, blah.
Ulanzi. Grey Poupon. Oh, Big Ben, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Governor.
Hey, I would
Hey,
never say "isn't it."
I need a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Oh, water.
Manchester United. Great.
Okay, so Ulanzi.
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 Yeah. The Ulanzi cage, amazing. The small rigs, amazing. I went ahead and bought the mini tripod, amazing. I actually don't have it yet, but I heard it's amazing.
Wait, no, hold on. I sent you the mini tripod. Bitch.
Well, I didn't get it yet.
I sent you the mini tripod.
I didn't get it.
Go to the phone. Hold up. I'm going to the phone right now. You just talk away and keep people entertained. I'm going to the phone because it says delivered, bitch.
Oh, really? I didn't get it. I really didn't get it.
The little feet that you set down and they open. Yeah.
Like the little tiny one? Yeah.
Yes, I sent it.
Bro, no shot. I mean, maybe you did, but I didn't get it. I swear I didn't get it. Here's what I got from you. I got two small rigs.
Yeah,
I got the cage. And then did you send me the chest mount?
No, I didn't.
Was that you or somebody else? Okay. Somebody else sent me a chest mount, which was awesome. Yeah, I didn't get I guess I'll have two tripods then because I bought one. So
no, if you already bought one, then I'll just find out where this is at.
You'll just cancel the order you made? Question mark.
Yeah. It's delivered. It says delivered, but I'm gonna have to dispute it. So I'll send you a screenshot.
Yeah, I'll check my mailbox after this, and I'll text you. But I haven't seen it yet. So,
but you do want that for sure. Like
100%, yeah. Yeah, and then I also bought a bunch of other stuff for myself because I found out there's this cage you can buy that goes into GoPro mounts that you can just stick in your car, so that way you can just do car recordings. But what's cool is it can just go like on the bottom of like this one, so I can still use my Ulanzi cage and put this on with it, and it'll just be able to stabilize in the car. Because I was like looking at a ton of videos about how to do that in the car because I want to do the vlogging daily life stuff. So the car mount was really important. But yeah, this thing is just, dude, the adjustable shutter or whatever, the filter, that thing, that is awesome. Yeah. That's just next level, dude.
There should have been two.
No,
right?
I really like it. Yeah. There's like the 1 through 5 and then the 5 through 8 or whatever.
Yeah, you probably won't use the 5 through 8. That's got to be really right out.
Well, and what's cool is you just keep it on there. Like I don't ever take it off. I just keep it on one and just like don't take it off.
That was the biggest
sick.
problem with most filters in the beginning of the whole Osmo Pocket 3 was that they were too thick and it wouldn't allow the Pocket 3 to close. So like you would have to take
wide
them
angle
on and off
fit.
all the time. Right. It's stupid.
Yeah.
And so anyways, like I searched through with a mutual friend of ours, Ben, I searched through and we like searched and we finally found those ones that you can leave on the Pocket 3. And when you have 1 through 4, Oz, correct me if I'm wrong, like a 1 CPL, really not that big of a deal. You could even record inside with it and it really wouldn't make that big of a difference. Yeah.
You're correct.
It's freaking sick. What I also love is I just love how small it is. It's funny sometimes, like when I was recording in Vegas, I felt like one of those like just like undercover people because it was just so small. Like not that I was just like, oh, this is just right here. And it was a lot. I really like it. I can't wait to explore it more. I feel like I watch videos every day to try to learn more and more. But I absolutely love it. I do want to get a different mic system. Not maybe a different one, but just like the one that's 2 of these or whatever.
Why?
Or unless you have a better mic system. I just want to be able to have 2 just so I can like
just buy one more. They're $100.
I can just buy one more. Oh,
yeah, it connects too, man. Like just buy one more, or buy a mic for $50.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because what's been nice is my wife is like okay being on camera, which was not the case like a year ago, and so I'm glad. And I just want to be able to give her mics so we can just talk and stuff. So
the world is glad that your wife is on camera and not you all the time,
dude.
I'm just gonna let you know.
I know that's why the views are happening, dude.
That's true. She's a pretty gal.
I know. Okay, you are deflecting very well, I might add. So your 2025, because here's the deal. I would need to know your 2025. You also got a fun present. I wasn't convincing you to get one, but you know that I love them. So I was really happy when you got one. So yeah, what's give me your 2025 goals, like, and then talk about your new toy.
Okay, so first and foremost, hold on a second. I got a really cool present that made me fucking bawl my eyes out, right? So Benski, I'm not going to go into what the letter said, but Benski actually sent me a custom-made Damascus steel knife. And the funny thing is, it's like, what's crazy about that is that it's something that Benski and I are very public about. We're very public about everything, but this is one thing that I'm going to keep to you and I. And I'm not sharing outside of us. And the reason why is just because I have the note up here. And if somebody wants to like try to like break through my blurred background from my Sony ZV-E10 and wants to try to figure out what it says, then you'll win, right? But until then, that note is pinned up here along with this, and I will cherish this forever. And matter of fact, like you can't see it, but like I've already doused this damn thing in oil, and like so. But funny thing is though, because he sent it to me, I sent to him $1 in an Apple Pay, and it's just because of an old belief that I have from being a soldier, and then also Native American roots as well. So I sent it to you because I never want to allow a gift to sever friendship, right? And so like it's you have to buy a blade from someone. But anyways, no. So okay, so I'm gonna start off with that. So that was really cool. So I started off 2025 with a good cry, but a good one, right? Like
a good cry.
But I started a new job, and so I kind of started that last year, kind of like right as we were filming our last episode. So we'll kind of get into a couple things here. So one, my goal is to like be really good at that job. It's new. It's new. So like it's really new. And so I'm like building a position that we've never had before there. So that's challenging for sure. And I want to be the best at it. So there's like 6 of us across the country. And I'm like, you know how I am. I'm like super competitive. So I'm like trying to go out of my way to be like the person that sets the standard, right? Like everybody kind of
right.
So, but that introduced a weird problem. My office is 80 miles away.
Yeah, that was something I didn't know until we talked about everything. So
yeah, and so being in a big old Ram 1500, I pretty much chose the worst vehicle to commute back and forth to the office, right? And that's 160 miles round trip.
Right.
And I don't know where gas is for you guys, but gas is right about 350, 380 for us right now.
Where I'm at, not that much, but
you
around.
know, yeah. And you can get it for like 280 somewhere, but like, anyways, it's about 350. So for me to fill up the tank was like $100, like, give it like $80, $82, whatever. $100 to keep the conversation going.
Sure.
So anyway, I was spending right about $300 a week in gas. And so I decided to bite the bullet and get a new car. I did.
And what car was it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I got I got a Tesla Model 3 long range all-wheel drive. And I got it in that new gray, that new stealth gray. Yeah. And I got the black interior, but so here's the funny thing is we've talked about this before about like our background of like, I'm not from Colorado. I'm from like big city, Detroit, Ann Arbor, like Ypsilanti, rougher areas. And it was so funny because everybody was like, oh my God, why didn't you get the white interior? And they even offered it to me for free. And I was like, no, I want the black interior. And they're like, why? You're afraid you're going to mess it up? That like it's stain proof. And I'm like, first of all, there's not a stain proof interior on the planet. Even black's not stain proof. Right?
Do you have kids?
Like, have you fucking had kids? Like, let me go get a box of crayons on an 80-degree summer day, and I promise you, it's fucking stainable.
That bitch ain't stain proof.
Like, give me one of those little wacky wall walker things. Remember those damn things? Like the slappy hand?
Yeah.
Let that sit on a leather seat.
Dude.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if it's 70 degrees out. That shit is going to leave an oil stain for fucking life. I had little handprints all over my Tahoe from kids with their little slappy fucking hand things, dude. From like going to Dave and Buster's. Anyway,
dude, when I used to fucking detail cars, you know how many Jolly Ranchers can melt in the middle of goddamn summer, bro?
So
I would tell people, I was like, look, I'm either going to get these Jolly Ranchers out for you and you're going to pay me an extra $200 or we're going to leave them there. And they would usually be like, leave them there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm like, so there's not a stain proof interior, number one, but number two, this is what's crazy. And I know that you're probably aligned with me on this. The reason why I didn't want white interior is because it makes it easier for people to see in your car, even if you tint the windows.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you can see objects in there and everything. Like it reflects, because the thing is like it reflects light. And so even if it's tinted, the light that gets through now reflects on the inside and it shows people what is inside of that car.
Right.
So
yeah, not playing that game, dude. So like, of course, and then I went and did the wait, what's it legal in Colorado? Oz, real quick, look up what's legal tint in Colorado. Because I want to make sure 25. That I say this correctly. I think it's 35.
All right, looking.
Oh, was it 35? I thought it was 25.
I think it's 35. But anyway, so I went and got it tinted. Yeah. So Oz knows what's up.
It's saying allows a maximum of 70% VLT.
Okay, so that's viewable. So that means 30%. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. So 30% tint. Yeah. So Benski, I got 30% tint.
You paid cash for your 30% tint?
I paid cash for 30% tint.
Bro,
I went as dark as I could.
My Durango also is 25% tint.
Yeah. So yeah, right. So
bro,
anyways, I went and got it
tinted. You can't see anything in that car.
Not at all. So, but here's the crazy thing is though. So one thing that let's talk about a few things that I don't like about Teslas, right? Because you haven't owned one, but you've ridden in one, right? So
I've ridden several. I really like them.
The first thing that I don't like is that the back window. So the roof is tinted from the factory, right?
Yeah. And
then the back window has this my girls say it all the time about their hair color, like an ombre fade, right? Like an ombre fade to clear. So to tint that is a bitch. Right. So you either have to tint the whole back window, which then voids your warranty, because I guess if you put tint on factory tint on these roofs, they're a different kind of glass and it gives them a potential to shatter, just out of nowhere, shatter. Right. Or you can only tint half of it. Now, the one thing that about me, my OCD does not like shit that's half done. I hate it. So I went with the half. Right. And so then the tint guy is like, do you want it to match from the outside or do you want it to match from the inside? And I'm like, is there going to be a way that you can actually get it to fucking match from the inside? Because I promise you, I'm going to see a seam. I promise you. And he's like, well, if you already know you're going to see a seam anyways, let's make it match on the outside. And I was like, okay. So if you walked up to my car, you can't see it. But from the inside, I have to look at this fucking difference between the tint that matches the outside and the tint that matches the fucking inside. And it's right in the middle of my rear view mirror. And I've tried to set my rear view mirror to not show that line. But then as soon as a fucking car gets behind me with headlights, it auto adjusts for it to be right in the middle of the damn mirror. So I just stopped looking in my rear view mirror.
That's
so if you're behind me,
you're in a Tesla,
I don't
whatever.
look in my rear view mirror. So, okay, so now here's the second thing. And I'm doing a video on this. So if you hear the podcast before the video, the second thing I hate about a Tesla, dude, my feet have never been colder in a fucking vehicle ever.
Dude, that sucks. That sucks so bad.
Oh my God. The fact that it doesn't have floor heat. Okay, so this fucking thing can talk to me and drive me literally from my driveway to work and park itself, but somehow doesn't have fucking floor heat. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I don't know what the thought. Somebody told me the thought process behind it once, and I don't remember. But it's just that's so dumb. It's so dumb.
And the worst part about it is that Tesla owners are frustrating, right? They're very frustrating when it comes to certain things, explaining. It's a lot like people who eat at In-N-Out. Okay.
Oh God, fuck all those people.
Anyone
thing. Who eats at In-N-Out constantly.
Dude.
Fuck you.
Dude, right. And stop trying to fucking explain to me, right? Why In-N-Out's great. It's not, right? Okay, so here's the conversation that we have with somebody about Tesla. about Tesla cars and this fucking floor heat thing. Cause they're like, everybody knows, right? Is you go, hey, I was like, hey man, how do you set the defrost to like blow on the defrost and blow on your feet? Oh, like, dude, like, so here's the thing. You want to conserve battery, bro? So what you do is you turn your seat heater on because it uses less heat than the fan. And I'm like this, okay, that's really cool. I agree with you, right? But at the same time,
that wasn't my question.
at the same time, my piggies are cold, right? And this one's about to go to the market, bro. So like, I need you to tell me like, so how do I, they're like, okay, so what you're going to do is you just like, you turn on the controls app and then you just drag the heat and you point towards the floor. And I'm like, cool. So, you know, I walk my ass outside, go grab it, put it toward the floor. It's just the fucking dashboard heat going to the floor.
Yep.
Right. But it's not like getting my pitties, right? My pitties are cold, bro. It's freezing in Colorado. So anyway,
there's like a guy who like 3D printed an adapter for it. And I looked at it and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Right. So, but here's the thing though. So then you go back and you go like this, hey man, that just took the dash and put it on the floor. And they're like, well, man, most doctors say that if you warm up your legs, you know, the back of your legs and your glutes, then it'll just warm up your feet naturally. And that's the way it's supposed to be. Also, if you're preconditioning your Tesla, the ambient temperature within the vehicle, man, is just going to be like the warm area. I'm like, listen, dude, I'm going to stop you. Right. I'm going to stop you right now. How do I get the fucking heat to be on the floor? And they go, oh, yeah, it doesn't do that. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. It doesn't do that. Like this bitch picks me up in front of my work. It literally pulls up in front of my work, but I can't get my feet warm. I'm gonna have to get electric socks for this shit, dude. Matter of fact, just to be a dick, I'm gonna get gas powered socks.
Just offset the offset.
Yeah,
gas powered socks.
So that's one thing that I hate. Then the other thing that I hate is the fact that everyone has an opinion one way or another about Teslas. It is crazy,
dude,
bro.
I am so glad. I couldn't tell if they were serious or not because have not interacted with this creator. But when she was like, just say you're rich, I was like, how disconnected are you from how much Teslas cost? Like, dude, they cost as much as normal cars. Like
actually,
the big
less
ones, sure.
When you start factoring in
some
like,
of them,
maintenance and everything. Dude,
some of them are less. Like, sure, 100%. Like, sure, no, not a Cybertruck. Yeah, that's $100,000 truck. Who cares? We're not talking about that. We're talking about regular cars. It's just like I saw that comment and my brain exploded. I was like, this is the most disconnected thing I've ever seen.
I shot 2 forms of that video, by the way. 2.
I'm sure you did.
The one that I shot that I was going to post, I went upstairs and got my wife's robe, which looks like a smoking jacket, right? And I 3D printed a cigarette holder and put the cigarette in the end of it, right? And I was going to have my glasses that Oz loves whenever I wear them, right? I was going to wear those, right? And I was going to stand in front of a fireplace and be like, huh. Little did you know about Brady Meets World. I only do content to appease you peons. Right?
Oh, God. We should make a video like that. If TikTok doesn't get banned, make a video like that with me there and like serving you.
Dude, that'd have been fucking great.
Here you go, Saw. Your caviar is ready.
Dude, been like this. Get out of here, peasants. Like, no, it would have been great. And so anyways, I stopped myself because I was like, I know her and I don't know.
You handled it well.
Her, but I was like,
that's the hard part. Is like I know her just enough to know I don't know if that was real or not.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm glad you handled it the way you did. But the problem is that sentiment is all too common around people who don't own Teslas or interact with Teslas. Like, I think people in Utah own too many Teslas. I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
The fact that every single day, I promise you I could count tomorrow, and I don't think this is a hyperbole. I pass 10 different Cybertrucks every day on my way to work, and it's a 10-mile span, is insane. That's a problem. But like regular Teslas, I don't give a shit, dude. Who cares? I have I think half of our car parking lots are Teslas, so like whatever.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense for commuting, right? Like, and I'm not gonna lie, like, dude. Okay, so things that I love about it. Straight up, that full self-driving thing, I'm probably getting a little bit too comfortable with it because I'm not going to lie, dude, like I literally like I drop Kaya off, right? Because it's like got a thing that like the maps don't like, they have a drop off area that the maps don't really catch.
Yeah.
So like I drive Kaya there, right? And then I will let it drive me to the highway. And then I turn off the self-driving because like getting onto the highway is this like straight shot. Like it's like almost like if you can imagine a downhill quarter mile, right? To get onto the highway.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably an eighth of a mile.
Yeah.
Eighth of a mile. Right.
I see why you turn off self-drive.
Oh yeah. Because that 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or 4 seconds, whatever it is, bro. I love getting that feeling first thing in the morning while I'm drinking a Monster Energy drink, dude, right? Puffing on a vape and just slam that thing in a fucking go from 0.
You gotta put a sheet of drywall right next to you, dude. So you just can just
yeah, let's go. Let's go. And because it's straight, I can just slam on it and go, whoa! I feel like I'm going to Disney or Universal every time. It's awesome, dude. I love it.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and that was the big thing, right? Like when Elon created the Teslas, like he had said that part of his objective was to make driving fun again because driving had become mundane. And every Tesla I've ever driven in, every Tesla I've ever been in, it's fun. It is just fun. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, dude, like my kid drove it home from
yeah, you're saying that.
I didn't even put the first miles on it. Like my son, which by the way, it was like, oh, it's cute, your teenage son. I'm like, he's 21, he's 22 now. You know, he just looks little. Boy. He looks little.
Yeah.
He looks little, but he got to drive it home and he was stoked about it. Like, and he was like, I didn't even put it in full self-drive, Dad, because like it was really fun to drive. And so it's really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So awesome. You got a new car. That's sick. We didn't talk about so I want you to do 2 things for me. I want to hear your goals for 2025, you dumb bitch.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want your birthday's coming up. So I want plans. I want to hear what you're doing. Let's go. Like, give it to me.
Goals for 2025. Man, I'm gonna feel like a dick saying this, dude. Like, I'm gonna feel like a dick saying this. I'm gonna feel like a dick saying this because like you said a weight loss goal and it was like about health and stuff like that. And
I'm gonna gain weight.
no, but like I feel kind of bad about this now. But like my goal right now is to have a 6-pack before Remurf.
Dude, why would you feel bad about that?
I will have a 6-pack by Remurf. I need to lose about 12
How long
pounds.
do we have?
Like 3 months.
Ugh,
May 17th, 18th?
4 months.
Is meth cheap? I could do it if I got a bunch of
Bro,
meth.
I could just go like with the ADHD that I have, I could just go get like, I'm sure Adderall probably does the same thing, right? Like it's just speed.
Oh yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll get a ton of Adderall.
No, but like 6-pack by Remurf is my
goal. Dude, hell yeah.
So like I'm gonna start hitting like I got like weak from the like going to the gym and stuff and like had all these excuses, but so I'm gonna go back to the 4:30 in the morning wake up and like getting it done, right? So but 6-pack by Remurf for no reason except for that's just a time frame.
No, it's a good goal. It's a good goal.
Like not for me to be going there and like lifting my shirt up with a bunch of 3D printing nerds, right? Like I don't care about that.
No. We're taking
just a time frame.
You heard it here first. Brady and I are taking a shirtless photo together. So it's gonna happen.
Like Wolverine arms was way easier to get to before like 6-pack. 6-pack is gonna be rough. But anyways, no. So okay, no. So that's goal. And then like I already told you my goal at work, and then the big goal for this year too is just I don't know what I'm going to do on social media, dude. Like I have a video that might make a lot of people sad coming out probably tonight or tomorrow. But like you heard it here first. Is that I don't know if I'm going to keep doing social media, to be honest with you. I'm going to keep doing the podcast, but I think if TikTok goes away, and this is not me throwing a fit, it's just I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it or not. And like the worst part about it is that like I feel like I'm going to let a lot of people down, but at the same time, I just don't know if it's worth it anymore to do it.
I think that you have become enough of a mentor to people that you wouldn't have to do social media if you didn't want to. I think as long as you maybe kept your DMs quote unquote open, like on Discord, to talk to those same people, I think that's really the value you bring the most to people. Is you're a fantastic mentor of like how to get people going and break through like their own shit all the time. And I think I love your content, trust me, but I think a lot of your value comes from that. So I think it's okay if you step away from content creating. Like But I would say I hope you still want to mentor people because you're good at it. That's what I would do. And you don't need to do social media for that. But also, if you disappear, I don't give a shit because I'm still gonna be friends with you. So
well, yeah, and here's the thing is just so everybody knows, basically us podcast is gonna be going on. So like it's gonna continue, and so I'm happy there. And then birthday,
and it could evolve too,
Yeah, and then birthday, I have no plans for birthday, right? Like so realistically, no plans for birthday. I think that we're just going to probably go to dinner or something like that. And I do have a birthday dinner story to tell y'all for the next podcast. Remind me of that. Like Oz, write this down about crazy birthday dinners, by the way, because like let's not forget that. Please write that down. And then I traveled. I have to travel for work like literally the day after my birthday. So like I'll be on a plane.
Okay.
And in meetings at the headquarters of my work. So yay.
Hey, there you go.
But anyways, hey, so let's talk about fun things though.
Fun.
So dude. Okay. Have you seen Sonic 3 yet?
Yes.
Bro.
I do not. The way I can phrase about how amazing that movie was is it genuinely, like not metaphorically, not like all this. Oh, I guess it's metaphorically, but like genuinely and purely, that movie made me feel like a little kid again. Like when the like rizzed up version of Live and Learn came on when they team up, I genuinely felt like I was a kid playing that game again. It was a feeling I didn't know I could get back, and I lost my mind. It was amazing. That movie as a whole, incredible. I love that Shadow didn't crack jokes. I love that he was a straight man the entire time.
Yes. Yes. Well,
like
hey, hold on. That he was straight lined. Straight line.
Oh, Benski. Sorry, politically correct. My bad.
Jeez. You're about to like kill half of our audience.
Yeah, done. Gone.
You're like, fuck you. Done.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I loved that. I loved that. It was great. I literally, okay, hold on.
Okay.
There's something nobody's talking about. And I'm going to talk about it. Do you realize that movie did blackface?
Wait, what part?
When James Marsden puts on the disguise.
Oh my God! Yes. Yeah.
It's blackface, and we're not talking. And we're not talking.
Done. But it was instantly done. That's the whole part.
It was so funny. I sat there and I was like, "Is this blackface?"
It is though. It's hologram blackface, dude.
It's hologram blackface
for sure. For sure.
But like the movie was perfect.
I have to stand here and go like,
yeah, we're not laughing.
No, you can laugh about it. I can't, motherfucker. I have to sit back here like this, like. Yes, I noticed it.
But Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. There you go. Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey. When Jim Carrey was spanking himself, I lost my mind.
Dude,
like,
okay. So I have my funniest takeaway from that movie is, dude,
tell me.
When they were sitting around the campfire and Knuckles takes the marshmallow, looks at it, looks away, and then looks back at it again, and he goes, "I've dishonored my marshmallow." I was crying, and I've dishonored my marshmallow, bro. Okay, so like just knowing that Idris Elba said that, right, with a straight a straight enough face, and bro, I was in the theater crying, laughing. Everybody thought I was like an absolute idiot. Like I literally took a note, and was the only note that I took on the movie because I was like, "Oh, we'll probably talk about it on the podcast, right?" Okay, let's see if Oz can see it. Like, can you guys see? Can you see it? It says
kind of.
Oh. Okay, it's here. Barely. I'll send you a screenshot, Oz. It says Knuckles. I dishonored my marshmallow. Only screenshot I took during the movie,
bro. Right? I immediately told Liz I want to get a tattoo of a marshmallow on fire and have it say I dishonored my marshmallow.
So good.
I have dishonored my marshmallow.
You know, here's the thing.
He does look like a Pokemon.
He does look like a Pika Pika. Dude, it was so good. So here's why I liked it, though. Here's why I liked it. And you know, it's crazy because like it seems like certain cartoons do really well as number 3, right? Like I loved Toy Story 3, right? It was definitely the most emotional Toy Story for me. Now we go to Sonic 3. Sonic is doing such a good job of doing good, even better, hands down. Let's crush it, right? Whereas like you take something like Deadpool, where it was like Deadpool 1, amazing because it was Deadpool. Deadpool 2 was okay. Deadpool 3 like blew it out of the water, right?
Right.
But like it's crazy to watch these movies progress like this. It's kind of like John Wick, right? Like John Wick 1 was good, but they just progressively got better for me. And like
Michael Keaton, all right. Val Kilmer, whatever. George Clooney, perfection. I get it. Yeah, I get it. 100% get it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. George Clooney sucked as Batman. Anyways, okay, so back to Sonic. I loved how they progressed the story. And the other thing too is that I love the fact that they didn't like try to reinvent the wheel with that movie. All they did was go, hey, this worked really well in the 80s and 90s. We're going to do a movie. We're going to introduce a bad guy. We're going to introduce a problem, and then the bad guy's going to have a redeeming arc, right? And the bad guy is going to stay bad, which is great. And then at the end, we're going to have this moment, and the movie ends, and it's great. And like there's nothing wrong with movies like that. Right? There's nothing wrong with movies that are not going to be Oscar winners or anything else like that, because those are the ones that I'm going to go watch. Those are the ones I'm going to take my family to, and I'm going to have fun watching it and leave go, oh my God, that was great. It was perfect. Yeah. It was perfect.
Yeah. 10 out of 10, literally 10 out of 10. It is, I think, I literally no notes, no notes. It was just so good. Keanu Reeves killed it. Jim Carrey killed it. Idris Elba killed it. What's his bucket that plays Sonic killed it? Actually,
Cyclops killed it.
They all killed it.
Like that.
James Marsden.
It makes me really like James Marsden because I hated him from X-Men. Hated him.
Yeah, same. X-Men. But I like him now.
Probably because I unfortunately for James Marsden, it's probably unfortunate because I hate Cyclops as a character.
Same. Yeah,
and maybe he just did such a good job that it made me hate him. But like, oh, God.
Yeah. The other thing I want to talk about in terms of like what they did well, and I think Disney needs to take some hardcore notes on this, especially Disney Marvel, is I don't know if you saw the Knuckles TV show. If you didn't, you missed nothing. It was terrible. I didn't like it. I hated that cop. I hated that cop so much with all my heart. But what I loved, right? If you watched the Knuckles TV show, you knew where the gem was. You knew what was happening with it. You were fine. If you didn't watch it, you didn't feel stupid for not knowing where the gem was. Unlike Marvel movies, where it's like if you watch a Marvel movie and it's like they reveal this thing, it's like, where'd this come from? It's like, oh, you didn't see Loki season 2, you idiot. And it's like, I hate that Disney Marvel does that. They make it so that they create this elitism in their fan basis. And no, Sonic 3 did it perfectly. It was just like, where is it? They just talked about it. If you saw it, you knew, but it didn't matter. And then when they went and got it, it was fine. I thought that was so beautifully done.
You know who also needs to take a clue from that is the DCU. They need to take a clue from that. Not DCU, sorry. Not DCU. Sony needs to take a cue from that because just like I fucking told you, right, on the opposite end of this, Kraven was a train wreck of a movie, dude. There was nothing.
So did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I did.
I
watched it purposely to throw it in your face.
I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. I thought it was wildly entertaining. I thought it was. So here's the deal. I saw. There's two circumstances where I think it was fun. One, I saw it with people. I saw it with two people where we are okay if something is bad and clearly everybody in the theater is bad, dogging on it out loud and having a good time with it, you know? And the other people in the theater were laughing at what we were saying. I think it's important to say that it does. Because Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a terrible movie. It is bad on every level it can be bad on.
Except for the comedy.
Right, but that's the thing is it's funny when you're like, but if it's funny when you're in that like punch drunk love stage of like, mindset, that's when it's at its core the best. And I think to the same effect, Kraven's really good when you're around people who want to make fun of it, and you could just watch a wildly entertaining movie. Because the action, even though we saw all the action in every trailer they did, the action was still really fun and really cool.
So
it was really fun and cool.
I was like, this is an unfunny version of Crocodile Dundee and Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. That's the best way to sum that movie up.
No, 100%. Yeah,
absolutely no. That makes okay. So to your point,
there's no plot. There's zero plot.
There's no reason for me to be invested in it at all.
Right.
There's no. I don't care about if they do if they beat the bad guy or they don't. I could care less. Less, right? There was nothing about that movie for me that was redeeming at all. I fell asleep for about 30 minutes in it. It was so bad. Oh God, I need to.
I think I just like those movies because they're just fun. I like fun, stupid movies, even if they're not good. And that was just what it was for me. There's on the record, it was not good. It was not good at all. It deserved to bomb the way it bombed, 100%.
Definitely not worse than Joker 2, though.
Not worse than Joker 2. Not worse than Madam Web.
Right. So I mean, at least they're somewhere in the middle.
Bro, no, Joker 2 was so bad.
I tried rewatching it and I fell asleep, dude. I tried rewatching it.
I won't even try. There's no shot.
And then I woke up and watched Greatest Showman just to undo a shitty musical with a good musical.
Have you seen Wicked, bro?
Yeah, of course I've seen Wicked. I've seen the play multiple times.
I love Wicked so much.
Dude, do you know that Cynthia, her name's Cynthia Erivo, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, the one that plays Alphaba. Do you know that she said that her dream role is to play Storm the way that Storm needed to be played from the comics, bro?
Okay, here's the deal. Cynthia Erivo as a human being, do not like. Her as an actress, one of my favorite actresses
do Storm, girl.
Of all time.
Do Storm, girl.
Seriously, if she wants to do Storm and she wants to do it comic book accurate, especially if she wants to do it X-Men 95, 97.
Right.
Literally, I will sign anything I need to sign to make her do that because she would murder that. Yes. She would be the best. I actually, on record, I'm going to say this if this ever happens so that there's somewhere on the internet to say that I said this first. If she gets the opportunity to play a live action Storm, it will be single-handedly the best comic book to live action adaptation an actor or actress will ever do, period.
I agree. I 100% agree.
100%.
Because here's the thing. They already wasted who I think would have been the perfect Storm. Haha, get it? Little Mark Wahlberg callback there. The perfect Storm. I think the woman that played Michonne in Walking Dead and played Okoye in Black Panther, I think she would have been perfect as Storm. I think she would have been
really great.
That was my choice for Storm, right? I was like, when they made her in that role, I was like, dude, she played this role so good, but they fucking wasted her. Now she can't be Storm.
Well, and to be honest, the version of X-Men they went for in the late 90s, early 2000 movies, Halle Berry actually was a great choice for that vision that they had.
You can put Halle Berry in anything. I'm okay with it. She wins. She wins.
Do you ever watch SWAT back in the day, that movie with Colin Farrell?
Does it have Halle Berry in it? Yes, I'm good. Swordfish, yes. Halle Berry, yes. 100%. Monster, yes. Okay, cool.
Monster, good lord, Billy Bob Thornton, Heath Ledger. Anyways, that was Monster Ball, yeah. Monster was Charlize Theron.
Don't want to talk about the balls in that movie.
Anyways,
it's Game of Thrones style. But anyway,
go ahead,
dude.
Hold on.
Let me take y'all back to Sonic 3 real quick. I have a question. Jim Carrey's last role?
No, he'll do it again.
No. What I love about the interviews with him too. What I loved about the interviews he's had with it too is that they've asked him about that, and he's like, "If a role I want to do, I'll do it." And I love that Sonic is the roles that he wants to do. And they even asked him, if you could redo any role tomorrow, what would you do? Do you know he said that he would do a CGI live action version of Grinch again because he loved that role. He just hated the makeup. So he was just like, if we could do motion capture, I would remake that movie tomorrow. And I'm like, I love that he's only doing what he wants to do. It's like him and Daniel Day-Lewis, right? Daniel Day-Lewis is coming out to do his son's movie, and it's like, great, let's go.
But real quick, Oz, though, so to give you an idea on that one, if you haven't seen it yet, when you go to see it, this is probably the best representation of like 90s Jim Carrey that you've seen in Sonic, like the Jim Carrey that we were used to back in the day, right? Like you would love it, Oz. I think that was probably your favorite Jim Carrey, right? Not like Truman Show and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, you are serious with like your fucking 1,000 Beavers and shit like that, by the way.
I did like The Miracle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, The Miracle. Oh. Spotless Minds. All that jazz. Good time.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is one of my favorite movies.
I love that movie. What was that one he did with Ewan McGregor in prison? I Love You. What is it called? I can't remember now. Do you know, Brady?
Fuck no, I don't know that shit that you artsy fartsy crap that you guys are talking about.
Okay, it was incredible. If you've never seen that Jim Carrey movie with him and Ewan McGregor, it's so funny.
I love you, Philip Morris.
Philip Morris. I love you, Philip Morris. I love that movie. Okay, that's good.
I've seen that. But I haven't seen this other Spotless Mind shit that you guys were talking about. You guys talking about like the most
it's so good. Dude, do you consider Truman Show artsy fartsy?
Yeah, of course I do. It's terrible.
Oh, okay.
Really? Oh.
Okay,
He's
I
not
guess
a thinker.
I guess I'm the dumb bitch of the group. Okay, fine. I don't care. I'll be there. I'm happy. That's all I care about.
No, it's you're fine. You're good. Look, I like George Clooney nipples. You don't like Truman Show. We're even.
That does not make us fucking even. That's not even the same ballpark. That's not even the same goddamn game.
Somebody who doesn't appreciate Truman Show would say that.
Oh my god, bro. That's not even the same fucking game. Oh my god, come on now. By the way, I just want to point out for you artsy fartsy assholes, that was Pulp Fiction, by the way.
Oh, I love Pulp Fiction.
See, there we go. We can agree on something.
That's true. Look, this has been a fantastic opening episode, but we got to wrap up. Not that we have to, but we should. We should. We don't have to.
Because you're yawning and you're sleepy bitch right now. I forgot.
I'm not. I actually haven't yawned yet. I haven't yawned yet.
Yes, you did, bitch. When I was talking about my birthday and my goals, you started yawning, and I just didn't say it. See, that's a fucking wide mouth bitch. I'm telling you right now. Always when I'm talking. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. Not a big deal.
So, I don't like Truman Show.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever you were saying. Go ahead.
No, you have. Well, I was just saying you have some really great announcements for the podcast for both of us, and I want our listeners and viewers to hear them because I think it's stuff that we should all get excited about for this coming year of the Basically Us podcast. For sure.
Yeah. So first of all, Basically Us podcast, we are going to, Benski and I both have the same goal, and we've talked about it through text messages. And of course, we talked about it a little bit today on the podcast, is that we have set a new goal now that when we are spending family time, we're not doing social media. Unless it's like something fun, right? Like that we can involve the family in and stuff like that. But we're not going to be doing emails. We're not going to be doing set design and everything else like that. We are going to focus on our family, which means that if that falls on a Basically Us podcast day, then we're going to shoot with a guest host, which is going to be really fun. And we're going to bring people on, even if that doesn't happen, right? We are going to bring people onto the podcast to bring in some different points of view, right? So
I thought you were going to say color, and I was like, I'm already here, bud.
No.
Bring some color to the podcast.
If only, right? So
if only. It's funny, actually.
And thank you. That's a wrap because we're done with the Basically Us podcast.
We're done. That was fun. We just canceled ourselves.
No, fuck you guys. If you guys, anyways, no. No, but so we're gonna have different hosts, and that's gonna be super fun. Because it'll give us different people to slay than just each other. Because I guess I'm the dumb fuck of the podcast now. And then here's the
uncultured
other
is the word I would use.
So, dude, you just hit me with a ham from Toy Story, bro. You uncultured swine.
You uncultured swine.
And then, so then on top of that, we are going to start adding things into the podcast like reaction videos, top 10s, or top 5 lists, stuff like that. And my favorite thing is that we have now finally convinced Oz to not be as camera shy and not be as video shy. And he is going to have his mic on throughout our podcast now because people are asking for more Oz. Like, you know, they don't ask for more Brady, right? They don't ask for more Benski. They ask for more of the fucking British guy that, like, whatever, it's fine, right?
And they ask for more nipples.
And ask for more fucking Batman nipples, dude, which that's coming up on. And
can't wait.
Our friend Eric is going to be doing a debate night. And so we get to guest star on that too. And so that's going to be kind of fun. And I think we're going to start doing more guest appearances too of Benski and I. And it's going to be fun, man. So I'm really looking forward to what we have coming for the Basically Us podcast, because again, if TikTok gets banned, I might just do Basically Us podcast. And Benski, Oz, you guys know how I obsess about things, so I will obsess about this. And I mean, hell, you know, we'll have our own studio here soon if I obsess about it that way.
Hey, yeah, you know, I think it'll be great. No, and like, honestly, everyone, seriously, thank you so much for last season. I know it was a short, only 6-episode season, but thank you so much for all the support that we got. Thank you so much for everything. We couldn't do it without you. We would do it without you because we just like talking to each other, but we just can't, you know, you guys mean a lot to us, and we really mean that. So here's to 2025. Here's to season 2 of the Basically Us podcast. Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
Right on. Well, so thank you everybody for joining us, and where the conversation never ends.
Yeah. And don't forget to never stop questioning everything.
All right. See you, everyone.
See you guys.
Thank you for joining us for Basically Us. We are glad you enjoyed the show and hope to see you next time when Brady says,
"Oh, it's the worst."
See you next time.